Hello everybody, welcome back to the ECU Team channel, and in this video I'm reviewing Mercedes IR key fobs, also known as a fish key. Because I want you to know a bit more about the automotive industry, I think you have to know some basics. First, the difference between Mercedes key fobs, and second, battery replacement procedure. Are you ready? Let's get started. I'd like to make it short and clear for everybody. Difference between keys that we have here is minor. Even if you see them being slightly different, the principle is the same. We have an older generation of IR keys on the bottom, right here, and the newer one on the top. IR key means that the signal going from the key to the ignition switch is infrared. The key transfers the data, and ignition switch is receiving that data from the key. And other than that, IR keys are slightly different inside, but again, all of them are doing exactly the same thing. And by the way, I have an ignition switch right here from Mercedes, and if you look a little bit closer, on the very top, it has this little glass, red glass. This is an actual IR port because the same one has a key. So when you insert the key into the ignition switch, they communicating between each other. Now it's time to dive into the battery replacement procedure, and let me show you how to open every single key and get the battery replaced. So let's start with the older generation. Because we have two keys that are very similar to each other, I'm going to show you how to replace battery only on one of them. And the reason why is because they literally are the same. So the procedure of getting the battery replaced is absolutely identical. The only difference is that this key has 3 buttons when this one has only 2 buttons. But this is something optional, so we are not really interested into the quantity of those buttons. And let's get the battery replaced on this key. So first thing you want to do is you want to remove the service key. On the very top, this metal piece called service key. And you have this little latch that you have to pull slightly like this. You see, I can do this with my nails. And once you press this button, you can release the service key. And the service key is out. With this key, of course, you won't be able to start the vehicle, but you can open doors, trunk, and even glove box. And also this key is designed that way that it will help you to open the actual key fob in order to take the battery out. So take a look. On the very top, you have another latch right there inside that you can press with this service key. You see what I'm doing? I'm just slightly pressing this key, and it's moving because it's moving that latch inside. And once you press the button inside, you can pull the key on the top like this, slightly. You see this little gap? That means that the key is open. And all you have to do right now is gently release this panel that is inside, like this. Once the key is open, you see the battery. Okay. This battery inside is Panasonic CR2025 3 volt. CR2025 indicates the battery size. And also you're gonna notice an interesting thing on the actual panel, which is FCC ID number, which is the part number of this key, and also a plus sign. Plus sign made specifically for the battery. So once you place the battery back, you have to match this plus sign on the battery and on the actual casing. So when you take the new battery, simply put it back like this and insert back into the key fob exactly the same way as you took it out. Then take the service key and put it back. That's it. Battery is replaced. So now we have newer generation left, and let me show you how to open and replace battery on all of them. So these two keys, even this key has less buttons than this one. They are the same, and you can tell that by looking at the very top where you see this latch. And if you see this latch on the very, very top, that means the procedure of getting the battery out is identical. And now, if you take a look at this key, on the very top, the latch is sort of on the side. It's not really on the top. It's on the top, but on the side. And that means that the procedure of getting the battery out is slightly different. So let me show you quickly on one of these two keys, because again, the procedure is the same, so I'll show you only on one key. So you press this latch in order to release the service key, and it's a little bit tricky, but yeah. So you take the service key out, same as on the older generation, you can use this key in order to open this plastic door on the back. You can use this key in order to actually get the battery replaced, but this key requires a plastic door that is right here on the back being open. So you have to insert the key right here in the middle and slightly press like this. And that will release this plastic panel. And once it's released, simply touch it with the key and it will fall right away. And you have inside information related to this key, which is FCC ID, which is the part number. And you also have 315 megahertz indicating a radio frequency. And you also have battery right here. And in order to take the battery out, simply turn the key over and hit it against your head gently. The battery is out. This battery is the same as in the older generation. It's a CR2025 3 volt. And once you get a new battery, you have to make sure that you place it exactly the same way by matching the plus sign on the actual battery and on the fob. Then take the plastic lead, close it, make sure it clicks, and put the service key back. That's it. Battery is replaced. So both two keys, the procedure of taking the battery out is identical. And now let me show you the last key that I had left. And I'll show you how to take the battery out. Okay, so first thing you want to do is, of course, press this latch in order to release the service key. And you have to apply a little bit more force. Okay, the service key is out, and on the top, you're supposed to see another latch right inside, and you have to place this side of a service key right behind this latch, like this. So once you pull the key, you pull the actual trigger that is inside, and the one that holds the battery, the casing for the battery. Take a look. Once you pull it like this, simply turn the key like that and try to pull it on the top like this. So it will release the panel that's inside. And same as older keys, you see this panel that comes right out of the actual fob, but it has two batteries at the same time. Both batteries CR2025 3 volt. And once you get new battery, make sure you replace both of them. You cannot replace only one battery because it simply won't work. So once you get two batteries, place them both back into this panel. Match the plus sign that is on the casing and on the actual key. Take the shell and insert it back. That's it. Now take the service key and place it back. Done, the battery has been replaced. Okay guys, so in today's video we disclosed all the difference between Mercedes IR key fobs, and also now you know the battery replacement procedure for every single key. Hope this video was helpful for you, and now you can do things like this yourself. So if I saved you at least a trip to the dealership, then hit the like button, subscribe to the channel right here or right here, and all the links where you can get Mercedes keys or Mercedes key fobs from ECU Team I leave down below, same as a link to the services related to Mercedes from ECU Team. Then make sure you check those links right below the video. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.